Hello everybody and welcome to my free cash guide for DDDigger.
What did he say?
It's for $184 and the big ticket item is for $40 to reach chapter 11 stage 6. Before we begin, I just want to say that we reached over $5,000 total earnings on this account and we have over 500 watch hours on the YouTube channel. So in the Discord we're doing some giveaways going on right now, so hop in there through the Patreon if you want to join. If we can get a comment up to 50 likes, I'll do an additional $10 giveaway. The game is an auto-scroller where you slowly scroll down throughout the level. Each time you encounter an object, you have to break its HP to continue going on or you'll take damage. Your main defensive ability is the jump ability, which rockets you back up. On your platform, you'll have a couple of workers that'll mine the sides of the map and then come back towards the center and deposit whatever materials they gathered. You can then use those materials to level up your base to either level up the workers or upgrade weapons or get new weapons from them. These upgrades are temporary, so they are only during the initial run. However, there are more permanent upgrades that you can get in your base. One of the best starting tricks that I found out is if you use 2 of your jump charges right at the start of the game, then you can sort of delay your first initial impact. That way you can get 1 or 2 upgrades before you even start firing. So I would highly recommend that your first upgrade should definitely be towards improving your workers because they just generate more income, which then makes you stronger in the long run. Occasionally, whenever you upgrade something, you'll get the option to watch an ad, and as you'll notice in this game, there's going to be a lot of ad watching, so if you would like to buy an ad skipper, I recommend it. However, it will cut into your profits because there is $30 rewards for watching ads in the game, so it's up to you whether you value more money or your time. But I highly recommend that you always watch the ads because you can get 3 upgrades all at once just for watching one ad, so it's really good and it'll just pretty much guarantee that you'll complete the level. Each level will have different elements to it, but basically there are 3 tile types. There's the blue type, which is just the generic 8 has HP. There's the gold type, which has higher HP values, but then they will give you a treasure chest. And then there's the purple type, which will spawn an enemy. Some of them will have defensive capabilities, and some of them will have offensive capabilities. The main thing to note about these purple tiles is the enemy will always be in the center. There's 2 types of enemies, ones that will jump out at you offensively, and you can just shoot them to kill them. But the defensive ones you can do no damage to, so then when you're on levels with the defensive ones, you need to focus on weapons that are on the side, that are not firing down directly, so that they can hit the tile and kill it. Every weapon is going to have 3 tiers of upgrades. One of them will just upgrade damage, one of them will upgrade fire rate, and one of them will add more projectiles or more sources where the firing will come from. Workers, you can upgrade their movement speed, the amount of workers, or how much they bring back per trip. Like I said, if you're able to breeze through the first little bit of the level, I highly recommend that you upgrade the workers because the more that your workers are getting for you, the more upgrades in total you'll have. Once you beat a level, at the start you'll just get coins. Later on in the game you'll get additional currencies alongside that, but you can also watch an ad which can then get you up to 500% of the rewards. I always recommend that you watch the ad. One of the first upgrades that we can get is through the slot machine. You can spend coins that you earn in missions on them to spin the wheel. You'll get a random amount of chips that'll pop out from them to then upgrade some of your starting weapons. You start out with 5 weapons, and what I now realize is that if you wait to progress in the levels to then get more weapons, you have a much smaller pool. That means you can upgrade these 5 starting levels more if you just focus on getting coins now, purposely failing some levels. That way you can stay with a smaller pool to then upgrade these 5 as much as possible before moving on. Because once that pool is bigger, then your upgrades get more spread out. Let's go ahead and go over the starting weapons so you have an idea of what's strong and what's not. The first one on the left side is going to be the machine gun. It fires straight down and it can get stronger weapons and fire more projectiles at a time. So it's just your bog standard weapon. It's good almost all around, except on defensive levels where the enemy is directly below you. So if you have the chance to upgrade it, go ahead. It's not the worst, it's not the best. Right next to that is going to be the drone. The drone has a high damage concentrated beam that fires on the left or right side. It's very strong, but it does have a long charge delay. So once it gets a couple of levels in, so it doesn't have that long charge delay, it's really strong. And it upgrades to have multiple drones firing, so you can have 2, 3, or 4. So it's pretty good, especially when you're dealing with defensive purple tiles, because it hits the side, it hits it a lot, it does a lot of damage. But it's really not good against bosses that are in the center, so it does have give and take, but I would rate this around the low 8s here. The bouncing balls can bounce anywhere. They can hit the middle, left side, whatever. They just kind of bounce around. They're very chaotic, which makes them pretty unreliable, and they have low damage, but they can clone themselves later on once you get to the top tier of the upgrades to then have a lot of projectiles. So they're pretty bad starting out, and at the end at the end of their upgrade tree, they're kind of okay. So I would rate these pretty much C minus D tier. They're not that good at all. They're not reliable. I don't like them at all. Moving on to the saws. The saws are pretty bad because they're a melee range kind of attack. They go on the side, so they're good against the defensive purple tiles, but you have to get too close for them to be effective. Later on at the end of the tree, they do extend and they can hit through multiple tiles, so I would definitely put these at the C plus tier. They don't get much use, but when they are useful, they are useful. So they're just an okay pickup. I wouldn't pick it up over anything else though. Maybe pick it up over the balls, because the balls just suck. Moving on to the final starting tier, we have the drills. These things are S+. I pick them up in almost every run. They kind of just throw out there. There's a lot of them, like the balls, but they bounce in a very small finite area. They're really good. They're S+. Pick them up every single time and max them out every single time. I love them. You have an offensive ability called Fever. It will continuously fill up as you deal damage, and the progress is saved in between levels. So if you fail a couple of times, you can build up that fever bar and just charge straight through a bunch of the thing. It'll clear 49% of the level, but you cannot use it to get past bosses. So if you're ever struggling on a level, just use it to pretty much quick clear or just cut out and finish the level as quick as possible. Every so often you'll encounter a boss level. The bosses pretty much just attack in one direction. Some of them will attack forward, some of them will be above you attacking down, and some of them will be on the walls attacking sideways. This thwomp looking dude, he pretty much just attacks upwards. All you have to do is press the jump button whenever he gets close to you. There are two bosses that require a little bit of mechanical skill. The first one is the crab. It's just going to shoot a bunch of bubbles at you. All you have to do is tap them and they'll pop, and then from there it's just a pretty easy fight. The other slightly mechanical boss is this ice dragon. Whenever he's about to attack you, he freezes your jump bar, so you have to tap it like 15, 18, or 20 times. At first I struggled a lot with him, but then I realized you can tap with multiple fingers at the same time. So 3 fingers counts as 3 points of taps. So I just kind of spam all 3 fingers 5 times and it breaks the ice really quick. So he's actually a pretty trivial boss. You'll be able to unlock planet weapons after you beat a couple of the first planets. I choose the bees almost every single time. They're pretty strong. They shoot straight down. There's a lot of projectiles with them, so they're good on everything except defensive abilities. Then you'll also unlock the digger slot. With the digger slot, you can choose 1 to 5 additional diggers that'll work on the platform, and then they'll just give you passive effects that'll just help you. They'll either boost damage of certain weapons or give you certain perks towards your workers as they continue working. That's about all the tips and tricks I have for you. Once you beat all the Chapter 1 planets, the game pretty much resets, and then you do that for Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Chapter 5, Chapter 6, Chapter 7. So it's just pretty much the same exact game. Just get stronger, deal more damage, watch all the ads, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, we are doing giveaways in the Discord, so go ahead and check out the description of the Patreon. And if we get a comment up to 50 likes, we'll do an additional $10 giveaway.